When Elon Musk's space company establishes a Mars colony and you have a girlfriend on Mars, but later break up because of long distance, she'd be your SpaceX. Thankfully, I won't be having that problem. Oh no, not because Elon Musk or because of Mars. It's just because I can't get a girlfriend. On this far-fetched Hollywood movie with rival billionaires, fighting for the future of humanity and trying to achieve greatness by launching our species to an interplanetary status, well, if that is not some movie stuff, I don't know what is. In reality, of course, the 21st century space race happening right now between Elon Musk's SpaceX and Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin, some really nerdy battle, but I guess nerdy is the new hot. At least that is what people say. I don't feel it. I'm a nerd, but no girls find me hot. Just nonsense. But as time goes by, more and more advanced rockets get for both companies. But I'm telling you that it's certainly worth checking in on how their approaches to technology and funding differs. So today, we're looking into how SpaceX is better than Blue Origin. The battle for celestial supremacy between Tesla, founder Elon Musk, and Amazon's Jeff Bezos. Guys, get ready. What I'm about to tell you will be in a movie someday. Both of them are in their own ways engineers, problem solvers to the core. For both of them, the quest to venture into space is an attempt to tackle the most urgent challenges that threaten humanity. They just don't agree on the exact nature of the problem they are trying to solve. For Elon Musk, it's all about guaranteeing humanity's future survival by setting up a colony on Mars. The billionaire has already said on more than one occasion that humanity should make every effort to get a Mars base, established before World War III, because such conflict on an entirely different and unforeseeable natural catastrophe could set scientific progress back centuries or even millennia. Some scary vibes. Ooh, I'm getting chills. But I bet Mars girls will be cute. Jeff Bezos, his vision, by contrast, boils down to his belief that mankind will do fine, but planet Earth itself will simply run out of energy. Not quite what you're thinking, let me explain. A regular human, he tells us, uses 97 watts of power just as part of regular metabolic processes, but humans in the developed world without lavish lifestyles and technological gizmos burn to a remarkable 10,500 watts per person, with the global population likely to hit 9 billion in not very much time at all. Something has to give. Or maybe we all should wear solar panels as hats and charge our stuff by using the power of the sun. Oh, just genius, I know. As Jeff Bezos said in an interview, we get to choose. Do we want stasis and rationing, or do we want dynamism and growth? Naturally, as we run out of room on Earth, the only way we can go is up. And they both agree on that. But here, Blue Origin's vision differs a lot from Musk's Martian ambitions, and Bezos isn't afraid to say it publicly. My friends who want to move to Mars, do me a favor and go live on the top of Mount Everest. Live there for a year first and see if you like it, because it's a garden paradise compared to Mars. We can easily say that Bezos will not be booking a flight with SpaceX for the first Mars colony in 2050. Bezos' idea is a lot different. He seeks to differ from the conventional perspectives, the most normal one being that for interplanetary colonies you will need to be anchored by the rocky surfaces in other worlds. The vision is inspired by a late 60s physicist named Gerald O'Neill. The plan for human beings to ultimately leave planet Earth and expand almost limitlessly into outer space, but instead of occupying big glass igloos on Mars or subsurface cabins suggested by more feasible SpaceX scenarios. He definitely doesn't want to live in a glass igloo that houses hundreds of people. He wants to thrive, not survive. Blue Origin is betting that the future of humanity will reside on huge floating space stations, and as many as 1 trillion human beings could comfortably live and thrive in these artificial gravity utopias. Basically, a huge, and I mean huge, space station. I bet Baby Yoda would love to see it. And with those amounts of people, Bezos says that we can have 1,000 Mozarts or 1,000 Einsteins emerging as natural consequences. That would be a very, very crazy experience. Imagine that. Imagine the growth humanity would have. I just hope we can get 1,000 Lana Rhodes as well. Bezos can mock Musk's Mars dream as much as he wants, but for now, at least SpaceX has the bragging rights and clear lead in the tech department. I mean, they had the first reusable rocket, they sent a manned mission and docked with the International Space Station, they sent a freaking car to space. They sent a Tesla. If that's not cool, I don't know what is. It's also been a landmark year for Starlink, Musk's orbital satellite broadband provider with well over 1,300 satellites already in orbit and as many as 120 manufactured every month. That is just embarrassing for Blue Origin. They haven't even launched a rocket into orbit, contenting itself thus far with minor suborbital experiments and preparing for its promise of a space tourism project. But I mean, in fairness, Blue Origin has won the NASA contract to design and build a landing module for the Artemis program set to put the first woman on the moon in the year 2024. Now tell me that's not freaking cool. I bet you would love to do a moonwalk. Not like Michael Jackson, more like Neil Armstrong. I know I would. Maybe I could even see a Baby Yoda type alien. That would be cool. And as exciting as big heavy rockets and moonwalks are, the best way of framing the differences between SpaceX and the big rival Blue Origin is it's to look at how they are funded. Elon Musk made his first fortune in the early 2000s when PayPal was sold to eBay, and Musk walked away from that deal with a cool $180 million. Well, that is nothing in terms of space program's budget, and even less when you are inventing the mass electric car market at the same time. Although Tesla has made Musk the second richest man on the planet, SpaceX's early failures, including 3 quite heated failed launches, threatened to end the billionaire's vision. Thankfully, those launches were not manned or dogged, otherwise we would have some really hot dogs. It's only a joke. Don't take me seriously. I prefer burgers. Hot dogs make my tummy upset. Even with all that Elon Musk managed to win rocket contracts from NASA and other parties worth billions, they keep the company alive. But to this day, funding is an ever-present problem at SpaceX. The Starlink broadband satellite program is worth remembering is partly up there to improve internet access for less advantaged populations, but mostly to generate revenue that can finance the ongoing Mars mission. By contrast, the world's richest man, Jeff Bezos, every year or so, Jeff Bezos sells a proportion of Amazon shares and donates the funds to Blue Origin. In 2020, he sold just 1.8% of Amazon shares and raised a pretty penny, $3.1 billion. Yeah, billion with a B. And that money is used and splurged by the rocket scientists at Blue Origin. I wish he could fund my passion for rocket-propelled RC cars. He could just sell 0.01% and I would be completely fine. Bezos, if you're listening, hit me up. The funding model explains why Blue Origin is lagging behind its rival SpaceX, where Musk is constantly chasing contracts and working under intense pressure to generate revenue for his outer space adventures. Bezos enjoys time and doesn't need to rush. This is the real-life version of the tortoise and the hare fable. Elon Musk is the fast and agile hare, speeding up the road, which in reality is those rocket launches streamed on TV and the viral tweets. And Jeff Bezos is the tortoise, clearly behind and taking its time at a steady pace. I mean, Blue Origin's motto is gradatim ferociter, which literally means step by step, ferociously. I think being the tortoise has always been the goal for Bezos, and I trust him. He definitely knows what he's doing. He was just a book salesman and became a badass that owns a huge part in one of the biggest companies in the whole world. The big question is that will Bezos, the tortoise, win the space race? Well, maybe. Nobody knows yet. But just like SpaceX's Starlink project, Blue Origin has gotten approval to launch its own orbital broadband network known as Project Kuiper. The $10 billion exercise sets out to launch around 6,000 satellites into orbit. The crucial difference is Amazon already wields substantial power over the internet through its gigantic web services division. But even with all that, we know Elon Musk, that quirky guy that loves to tweet random stuff, and they are both geniuses in their own way. They both revolutionize various industries, online shopping and web services with AWS, the car industry, the online payment industry, and both are paving the way to change humanity in a way nobody did before. Musk, he built a freaking flamethrower and told people not to buy it, and guess what happened? Sold out in a few days. That was $10 million in revenue in the same time. Easy. Imagine in 100 years from now, you can choose to live on Earth, on a giant glass igloo on Mars, or even in an international space station type thingy with billions of people, and with 1,000 Margot Robbies. Oh, just perfect. I know that sounds like a thing only possible in movies, but I'm telling you, it's possible in a few decades. And even though SpaceX is way more advanced than Blue Origin at the moment, we all can hope for both of them to be successful. And I bet they know where the US government hides their aliens. Maybe we can see some Baby Yodas. With Baby Yodas or no Baby Yodas, I would really love to travel in space. Kind of like we can do today in planes, go anywhere, literally anywhere. With all that said, and SpaceX being the superior space rocket company, we can only dream of what both of these billionaires want to give us. Humanity will change a lot. And this is the beginning of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Dun dun dun! Baby Yoda and Baby Groot would be the cutest thing in the whole world. With all of this far-fetched vision for humanity, many questions rise up, and I just hope we can live freely in the galaxy. And what do you think? Will SpaceX and Blue Origin become successful and achieve all of their goals, or will it be a huge flop? Kinda like my professional RC car racing career. I'm going back to RC plane racing. Okay. Do you think SpaceX will still be the best of these two companies in a decade or two? Or will Blue Origin win the long marathon just like the tortoise did? These are some questions that we all need to wait and see, but tell us down below who you think will win. And maybe a few decades from now, you can come back to this video and laugh at what you said or jump in joy because you were right. But until then, leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Love ya.